Hello everybody, today I am going to be doing a guide on how to beat the office sections in 5 Nights at Freddy 6 or Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, whatever you want to call it. I am making this guide because on my own, not entirely, because I looked up like how the AI of animatronics works in this game, and then I developed a strategy that works literally every single time. If you die, it's completely your own fault. And there hasn't been a strategy guide in like 5 years, so I thought it'd be about time that somebody updates the strategy.
Your restaurant is now
okay, there's like a small chance Molten Freddy's gonna be here. Just gonna check. Oops. So, first thing you want to do is run the motion detector just for a little bit, and then see how many animatronics are on each side. Whichever side has more animatronics, go over here, pop an audio alert right here, or in this same spot symmetrically. But do keep in mind, if there's like 2 on each side, like always put it on the right, because the right side is 100% more challenging than the left side, because the way the movement opportunities work, it's not exactly symmetrical. Because once the animatronics are like in this general area, they have a higher chance of moving at you, which is true. You can, like, I watched a video and it's how I know as much as I know about the game, and I'll link that video in case you want to proof check me for whatever reason. You can do that. So yeah, the animatronics are more aggressive that come down the right side. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And then as far as tasks, always do printers first, then order supplies, because those two actually make sound. But with the equipment, you can buy the high-speed uplink, and that gets rid of all sound for order supplies. And the 2x printer, I'm not sure if it cancels out all noise from the advertising. I don't think so, but it could. I just really don't think it does. So printers first, order supplies, then maintenance last, because that at default doesn't make any sound. But after you buy all the equipment, you could do maintenance after advertising, because it does take longer. So I can see how you would say order supplies is the easiest one after buying equipment. Okay, now the easy part that makes, or the part that makes this strategy so good, is after any task, or if you hear something in the vent, all you want to do is press X and Z, turn everything off, and then look into each vent for 4 seconds exactly. So you'll have an extra timer popped up on like I don't even know. Just I use my phone. That's the easiest way for me. But you could use live split, I guess, because a lot of people use live split, but I don't like using it. So I just use my phone. And then you want to look into each vent for exactly 4 seconds. Just doesn't matter if you go a little bit over, just make sure it's at least 4 seconds. And then flip over to the other side. But at this point, you don't actually have to look in this vent for 4 seconds. Just look in it for another 2 seconds. And if, also I'm going to turn the fan on, you guys wouldn't do this. I'm just doing it because I'm actually like about to die of heat. Not really, I had like 40, don't worry about it. Okay, anyways. Yeah, after waiting 2 more seconds in this vent, after the first 4 seconds on the other side, if you don't hear anything in this vent, you can just go back to doing your task. If you don't hear anything in both vents, you can go back to doing task. But after the first 6 seconds, you'll definitely hear something if they're there. So yeah, if you don't hear anything for the first 6 seconds, 4 seconds on one side, then 2 seconds on the other, just play like normal, go back to task. But if you do hear something, go to that side if you're not already on it, and then look into it for 4 seconds. If you want to be like extra cautious, just wait exactly 6 seconds after an animatronic makes a sound. But you really don't have to do that. Literally just 4 seconds works every time. But I would generally wait, because another animatronic could pop up in the vents on the other side. So it is much more safe to just wait a little bit after clearing out the vents. So then after that, just turn everything back on and then go back to normal. Run the motion detector, see where everybody's at, pop an audio alert, and then do another task. It's very simple. And that's about the whole strategy. If you just follow that, you should have no problem. And by the way, with my how I was using this strat originally, I've beaten Saturday like 3 times with this now, so I've gotten a little bit of experience with it. At first, I was using the silent ventilation if my temperature wasn't looking too hot. I mean, if it was, but you know what I meant. But you shouldn't have to do that if you do it properly. But if it scares you with how much heat you have, it shouldn't be a problem not using the audio alert for a round. And silent ventilation has like it doesn't really do much. Like if I'll turn this off, you'll have to wait for it to get above 70 because this thing only works at above 70, I think. Silent ventilation, it seems like it's working now, but what I heard, it only worked after 70%. So it just works at like 1 second intervals. It's really weird. Or no, it has a chance to work like every half a second with the camera or with the monitor off, and then with it on it works more or something, or other way around. The way it works is very strange. I don't remember. You'll have to watch the video that's in the description to find that out. But the point is, it doesn't work very well. Because as you can see, I'm at like 85%, and it just went up 2% through 3% instantly. Yeah, the silent ventilation doesn't work very well. So you generally don't want to use silent ventilation, but if you feel like you need to, you can, because it shouldn't be that big of a problem. But I can't stress this part enough. If you do hear something in the vents and it's an advertisement or order supplies, just turn off the monitor. Don't worry about the task. But if you're doing maintenance or order supplies after buying the equipment for it, you can keep the monitor on, and you'll have like a 70% chance of clearing that animatronic, or they'll have a 30% chance of hearing you with the flashlight on them. So I mean, you can risk it if there's a maintenance or order supplies task going after buying equipment for order supplies, but I wouldn't. I mean, I do it all the time, even with advertising with no equipment. I just risk it sometimes, and it works a lot of the time. But if you want to be more consistent, just turn everything off. It might take a little bit longer, but the time really doesn't matter in this game. You can take as long as you want, and you can still win. So yeah, that's about it for this office section. It's a really simple strategy, but very, very effective, clearly, because I was able to complete some pretty challenging stuff on my first try and second try. So yeah, well, that's about it for the strategy. I'm gonna come back to this screen and do the outro, because it's really that simple. I don't have anything else left to explain. If you have questions about that strategy, feel free to comment them and I'll answer them. I'll try to get to them as quickly as possible. Like, even if it sounds like a stupid question, just ask it, because I might have missed something that I should have explained. Anything, you can just ask questions about it. So yeah, that will be the end of this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment if you have any video ideas, subscribe if you have not. I suck at outros. Goodbye.